Have you ever stopped to think that betrayal doesn't start with the body, but with the mind and the heart? When we talk about infidelity, most people immediately imagine a physical scene: secret kisses, hidden meetings, bodies intertwined in a hotel room. But the truth is that infidelity often happens long before any touch, long before any physical contact. It begins in the silence of deleted messages, in disguised glances, in confidences shared secretly, in thoughts that start directing energy towards someone outside the relationship. It is in this invisible space that betrayal becomes even more cruel, because it leaves no marks on the body, yet erodes the heart, destroys trust, and slowly dismantles the bond that should be the foundation of the relationship. The worst part is that often, the one committing this invisible betrayal believes they are doing nothing wrong. I didn't kiss anyone. I didn't sleep with anyone. I didn't touch anyone, so I didn't cheat. This is the most common excuse. But the truth is that betrayal begins the moment someone chooses to divert their energy away from the relationship and towards someone else. Betrayal starts when the heart, words, attention, and complicity stop being dedicated to the person who should be the priority and are given even in small amounts to another person. That alone is infidelity. That alone is a breach of trust. That alone is pain. Invisible betrayal is dangerous because it is not obvious. It leaves no physical evidence. There is no perfume on a shirt, no lipstick stains. It is subtle, silent, camouflaged in seemingly harmless gestures. It is the message sent late at night, just to chat. It is the coworker or friend who becomes a confidant of secrets, joys, and fears more than your own partner. It is the imagination fueled by thoughts that replace the reality of the relationship. It is the cruel, silent comparison that diminishes your partner and puts them aside. It is the sudden emotional distance, the phone that never stays nearby, the laughter in front of a screen that does not appear at home. These are forms of betrayal that do not involve physical contact, but hurt just as much or even more than a physical betrayal. And do you know why it hurts so much? Because the foundation of any healthy relationship is not the body, but trust. The body may be temporarily tempted, but when trust is destroyed, it is not easy to recover. Invisible betrayal wounds deeply because it attacks the very core of love: loyalty, respect, and emotional exclusivity. It generates insecurity, doubt, and anxiety. Often the betrayed person senses that something is wrong, notices the signs, but cannot prove it. There are no photos, no evidence, no witnesses. What exists is a constant feeling of being deceived, of no longer being a priority, of losing space to someone who should not even be in that equation. And this feeling eats away at the soul because it puts the person in a permanent state of uncertainty, where they even start doubting their own intuition. This is precisely when the danger of gaslighting appears, when the betrayer tries to convince the victim that they are overreacting, imagining things, seeing problems that don't exist. You're crazy. You're jealous for no reason. Nothing happened. This is the classic defense of someone who betrays invisibly. And it is devastating because besides being betrayed, the person is also discredited, silenced, and made to question their perception of reality. Few pains are as cruel as this. The saddest part is that invisible betrayal often becomes continuous, a daily occurrence. It does not happen once like a hidden kiss, leaving only a temporary mark. It is energy drained every day, attention stolen constantly, intimacy diverted in small but repeated doses. This causes the relationship to slowly empty, until one day nothing is left except a present body but an absent mind and heart. Think of the WhatsApp conversations deleted before sleeping. Think of Instagram profiles receiving likes, compliments, and private messages while no words of affection are spoken at home. Think of a coworker or childhood friend becoming the first person to share everything: problems, joys, fears, achievements. This is invisible betrayal. This is a breach of trust. This is pain. And perhaps you have already experienced this. Perhaps you are experiencing it now. Perhaps you feel that someone is taking your space, even without concrete evidence. If that is happening, do not ignore your intuition. The body and heart know when they are no longer the priority. But it is important to understand one thing. You are not crazy for noticing these signs. You are not overreacting. You are not imagining it. Invisible betrayal exists. It is real, and it can be as devastating or even more than physical betrayal. Because when someone sleeps with another person, the act may be physical, but often lacks emotional connection. But when someone dedicates their attention, affection, confidences, and energy to another person, there is an emotional displacement. The main relationship has ceased to be the priority, and this hurts deeply because you feel you have lost not only the body, but also the heart, mind, and loyalty. Invisible betrayal also manifests silently through comparison. When your partner constantly measures you against others, when they make comments like "so-and-so does this better," "this person is more fun," "you could be more like that person," even if disguised as jokes, it is a slow poison that destroys self-esteem. And worse, it opens the mind and heart to someone outside, searching for what should never have been sought. Another cruel form of invisible betrayal is disinterest. When a partner no longer dedicates time, effort, or attention to sharing moments or building memories together. The energy that should be invested in the relationship goes elsewhere, to other people or priorities. Silence, absence, and indifference become constant presences. This distance hurts because there is no argument, no explosion, no drama. It is just a growing void, a presence of absence, a slow death of the relationship. And all this leads to a crucial reflection. What does fidelity really mean? Fidelity is not just about keeping the body faithful. Fidelity is about being whole. It is dedicating your energy, respect, attention, and care to the person you chose. It is not sharing with others what is sacred in the relationship. It is protecting the bond from everything that could weaken it. So when someone says, "I didn't cheat because I didn't touch anyone," that is a convenient lie. Because betrayal is not just touch. Betrayal is neglect. Betrayal is hiding. Betrayal is deceiving. Betrayal is removing energy from where it should be and placing it elsewhere. Do you deserve to live in a relationship where you have to compete for attention? Where you have to compete with secret messages, comparisons, and indifference? You deserve to be loved fully, respected completely, valued constantly. You deserve to be someone's daily choice, not a secondary option. If you are experiencing invisible betrayal, do not ignore it. Pay attention to the signs, trust your intuition, listen to your heart. Speak up, set boundaries, and if you realize the situation doesn't change, that the person insists on keeping secrets, diverting energy, and putting you second, it may be time to reflect if this relationship still deserves your commitment. Loving someone does not mean accepting crumbs or closing your eyes to disrespect. Invisible betrayal leaves no marks on the body, but leaves deep scars on the soul. It steals peace, destroys trust, and corrodes self-esteem. But you do not need to live there. You can choose to free yourself, to rebuild your life, to be with someone who understands that fidelity is more than the body. Fidelity is loyalty. It is presence. It is respect. Take this message with you. Do not accept less than you deserve. Put yourself first, trust your intuition, listen to your heart. Healthy relationships are not built on lies, omissions, or comparisons. They are built on commitment, respect, and invisible loyalty, expressed in silence, absence of secrets, and daily transparency. If this message resonated with you, share your experience, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Share this content with someone who needs to hear the truth. Together, we can open eyes, strengthen hearts, and build more conscious, respectful, and true relationships.